Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today. It's gonna be BenBot taking on DominionDog. And you may be saying deja vu. And you're a little bit correct, as I did recently cast a match between these two bots. However, it was close enough that, that I think it was worth watching another. Both of these bots are getting lots of updates, as what prompted me to cast another BenBot game is because I looked at the bot's page and saw that the bot author had been requesting a lot of specific matches, which is something you can do if you're a supporter of sc2ai.net. So like if you want to watch BenBot, for example, play DominionDog 100 times, you can request those games, which I imagine is very helpful for bot authors as a debugging tool and just an overall assessment tool. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, make sure to go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already. It's free. If we can hit, I don't know, 1 like for every line of code in these bots, that would be pretty cool. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. You can click that bell icon to get notified whenever I put up a new video. I cast a live tournament today, and if you want to see more of those, clicking that bell is a good way to get notified. Leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to see more of these bots. And yeah, we've got DominionDog saying Depot Scout, Fast CC, Terran early Banshee harassment, gonna be the strategy from DominionDog. And BenBot just doing its wall thing that it likes to do. I think this is a pretty solid strategy by the bot author. Does it need 3 supply depots at the start of the game? The answer, or 4 actually, the answer is no. But having a solid wall, I imagine, is a pretty big hurdle for some bots to overcome, because if the depots are raised, the pathing can really bug out, which is not an easy thing to program. And so I do find that cool that BenBot does that. DominionDog, on the other hand, is a bot that likes to play a little bit aggressive, at least when it comes to unit control, and then go for big macro. And yeah, we'll just have to see how these two are going to clash this match. It was actually BenBot versus Phobos that I saw a bunch of matches being repeated on, so I imagine, who knows, maybe it was Phobos Team Eris that was requesting those matches, but I just thought, yeah, I'll cast another BenBot game after seeing that. And I will actually maybe start incorporating something into these videos. Someone had a great idea for a comment, just saying, let us know what languages these bots are programmed in. So both BenBot and DominionDog are programmed in Java. So pretty handy language, I imagine. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but very, very little dabbling. And yeah, it's just incredible that you can create a bot using really any of the programming languages out there. Now we have got BenBot just getting its command center on the way now. It's got that bunker. It's going to be very safe, whereas DominionDog is actually going for a much later expansion, going for a very wacky build with 2 starports, 2 racks, and 1 factory in the main base, but no expansion yet. And DominionDog is like, I got 900 minerals in the bank, but I don't need an expansion. And it did say tag Fast CC, but there has been no Fast CC that I have seen. So that's a little bit odd. Now we do have double Banshees going to be on the way for DominionDog and an engineering bay. We'll see what that's going to be utilized for, but regardless, it is a double starport play with Cloak on the way, going to try and get some damage done to BenBot, and DominionDog will need to get some damage done to BenBot, as it's putting itself behind economically quite a bit. And yeah, DominionDog is now just finally getting up that expansion. We've got 1 Banshee done, another one about to be done. We'll see if the Banshees just stay at home. No, they're going to move out before Cloak's even done. We've then got a Raven on the way, double turrets getting tossed up, so DominionDog going for that common Terran anti-air strategy, double missile turrets is a really good catch-all when it comes to dealing with air harassment as a Terran. BenBot has got one of its own turrets going up. That will help deal with these Banshees. However, there is nothing at the natural base to help detect this. Looks like that Reaper jumps up into the main base. That's actually not a solid wall to block Reapers, I suppose. Now, we do have the first Banshee coming on in. They both cloak. However, there's a turret in the main base, so that will reveal them. We also have a good scan utilized by BenBot. The Banshees went to the right, but then they kind of got near that turret, which is problematic. And so, a pretty good defense so far from BenBot. The Red Terran has got a fusion core on the way, so that's going to allow it to start making its famous battle cruisers. DominionDog is still behind on the economy quite a bit, with that natural command center just finishing up. The Banshees really didn't amount to much. We'll see if they get anything done later on. But all in all, just, yeah, really solid opening by BenBot. DominionDog's going to have to catch up in the economy, and it may have a chance to do that, as it can be greedy, and BenBot tends to just sit back and not really punish that too much. So it's not like DominionDog's going to die in the next minute or anything, I don't think. And yeah, DominionDog is still just moving out with the Banshees, looking to get something done. But against such a fortress as BenBot has, it's quite difficult to do. And another thing that I might start doing when it comes to these casts, if you guys would enjoy it, as actually the two Banshees come on in with a Viking to support them, killing off some of these Marines. One of these Banshees is not cloaked, so it's microing back. The other one is just getting free reign to shoot these Marines, and it is doing a good job getting lots of kills. A scan goes down. However, that Banshee is... Oh, BenBot spamming down some auto turrets. Yes, you got that auto turret done. Well done, BenBot. Another Banshee doesn't even bother cloaking since there's a Raven in front of it. This one is still staying alive, killing off some SCVs, killing off lots of Marines. As these Banshees get a decent number of kills between the two of them. 6 SCVs, 17 Marines really is the big number. As we've got another turret going up for BenBot saying, right, I need another one. There's too many Banshees. And DominionDog is still continuing on with these kind of Banshee shenanigans. And I gotta say, I just love the variety of builds that DominionDog is showing us. Mass Banshee Viking with a couple of unupgraded Marines. And then... yeah, like last time I casted it was going for Thors, so just crazy variety from DominionDog. Now, let's see, Drilling Claws is about finished, well, starting up for BenBot. And the third command center is going up for the Red Terran, so it does beat its opponent to an expansion. BenBot with a superior economy. I had 14 workers. We'll see if DominionDog, there we go, is getting it on location, so that will allow it to potentially catch up in the economy. We do have DominionDog now saying Terran late game Thor, so it is going to start transitioning to those Thors, and we are going to have another Thor versus Battlecruiser match. But I kind of cut myself off because stuff was dying, as I did want to maybe tab out in this game for a minute. I might have to start like writing it on a piece of paper so I can read it while I cast, but these bots, they all have descriptions on AI Arena. Apologies for that cut there. Whoops. I housekeeping came around. I'm still living in a hotel, so I had to step out for a minute. I've got one more week of that, and then I'll be back on my main setup. I'm very much looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm glad I've been able to do YouTube videos throughout my stay away for work training. We've got DominionDog going for a double expansion. However, BenBot has had a Hellion find one of those SCVs and kill it. And we'll see if there's going to be another SCV that gets sent out to continue building that. I'm not sure that's actually something I've seen DominionDog have the behavior to do. We shall see. I know it cancels buildings, but I'm not sure if it actually sends another SCV out to resume building them. It's not really reacting to this single Hellion either. It's just building up its Thors. But all in all, that's a nice bit of harassment done by BenBot. And I believe before I cut the video that I was going to read some of the descriptions for these bots. DominionDog's is rather simple, just that it's a joint venture between two bot authors, the husband and wife duo, which is very cool. And BenBot with a short little description saying its achievements, the bot's main focus is to build battle cruisers. Who'd have guessed? Everything is created from scratch using Java and its OCraft SC2 interface. It saves game results and uses this info to decide which build order to use. So it sort of picks the winning strategy. In essence, a little bit of machine learning. You could call it that anyway, as it is essentially the same principle. Picking the strategy that wins the most. We now have DominionDog getting ready to go in for an attack against BenBot. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, as there's those tanks on the high ground, double bunkers, and even a battle cruiser there. If DominionDog goes towards the third base, that will be good. However, Banshees are shooting all over the place. Vikings are in the skies on both sides, and it looks like there is not enough air power for DominionDog to control the skies wholly, and it has to avoid those turrets. The Banshees are doing a good job of that, picking off whatever they can. The Thor on the ground is shooting these Vikings. So both sides take some losses, definitely more losses on DominionDog's side of the map, though, as trying to break into siege tanks is very difficult. That Thor does get taken out. So all in all, a very successful defense for BenBot. DominionDog has finally got an SCV to resume building that location. Maybe it sent it out when the threat had actually passed or been dealt with. I was not observing at that location at that moment. We do have BenBot also getting up a 4th command center, so it's going to be 4 bases, taken on 4 bases. DominionDog still just pumping out Thors. I'm curious to see if we will see an update to it in which it does eventually switch the Thor's attack weapons to their anti-ground or their ground-to-air weapons. Now, BenBot's still just getting out a couple of battle cruisers here and there. There is indeed Yamato cannon done for them. That will be very helpful fighting Thors. And DominionDog, if it doesn't actually transform these Thors shooting mode, that will be really bad against battle cruisers, because Thors, they're ground to air. The Javelin missile launchers do not do anything against battle cruisers, so hopefully DominionDog does have that programmed into it. If not, it could be quite the weakness. Widowmine does get taken out, as DominionDog is going to move on in and try and break this planetary. Thors are really good against PFs, however, this one is being repaired. Vikings in the skies are winning for BenBot. Double Yamato cannon going to go down and annihilate those Thors. The Banshees are basically just by themselves, and they will get shot out of the skies, so a great defense for BenBot, as DominionDog fails to break through in this one so far. We'll see if DominionDog can out-expand BenBot. DominionDog is kind of like a Zerg the way it plays. As far as all the bases it takes, it just keeps expanding and expanding. We're seeing upgrades still be researched. And then BenBot just sitting back, macroing up, getting a 5th base up itself, so base counts are even for now. So that's actually quite nice for BenBot. Nothing to worry about as far as being contained or not having enough resources or anything. Okay, now these Thors are moving out on the map. Marines are in tow. They have got combat shield +1. They're going to have Stimpack soon. And there is a Raven in the lead to help identify and kill off this Widowmine before it fires. Now in go the Marines and Thors. They're going to pick off this siege tank that BenBot placed there once more. SCVs are being targeted down by the Marines while this is going on. I'll say that's actually massively important. We've got BenBot saying it's going to use an interference matrix. Not too significant in this fight. However, DominionDog has had yet another failed attack, as these Thors, they're trying to crack the planetary, but they are not going to succeed. And, I mean, it fires one of its terrible Javelin missiles at the battle cruisers. And so it does seem that BenBot is set up in a pretty good spot this game, as it just deals with DominionDog's army once more. DominionDog is a bot that attacks very much in waves, which I think is a really good approach when it comes to programming your bot to attack. Instead of just sending in units non-stop, it does at least sort of pool them and then go in, which I think is the superior tactic. We've got Marines engaging a battle cruiser. At least the Marines are good against the BCs if the Thors are not, so that battle cruiser gets routed. DominionDog is getting up a 6th base, so is BenBot, though. These bots are keeping pace with each other as they both get up lots of expansions. Auto turret gonna chase a Hellion away from another potential expansion location of DominionDog. BenBot is just about maxed out though, and it has reached what is basically, or it's getting towards what's a critical mass of battle cruisers, almost maxed out, soon gonna have out like 9, 10 BCs, and if the Thors never change their attack mode, that is just gonna be disastrous. Marines are okay against battle cruisers, but they're not amazing. And Thors are not amazing against battle cruisers unless they're in that high impact payload mode. So I think we can kind of see how that's going to go. Thors move in once more. They're going to try and break this location. Yamato cannons are going to kill. I believe that's the Raven. Banshees on the ground are doing what they can. But these Thors, they're outnumbered and outgunned as they start to shoot some of those units on the ground. But then they all go down. BenBot is in a really good spot this game so far. I think the only way that DominionDog is going to come out on top is if it starts killing off the bases of BenBot. BenBot is a Terran bot that likes to go for planetary fortresses, so it's not as easy as just picking off the bases. Looks like these two Thors are moving forward. They've got their work cut out for them, though, as what does seem to be a bit of a fatal flaw for DominionDog here. I'm curious to see if we will see an update to resolve this problem soon enough. Thors just shooting with their javelin missiles. Like, yeah, get out of here, battle cruisers and the BCs. The BC hears them, the BCs don't care. I mean, the BCs are pretty clumped up, so the Thors are actually forcing them back for now as they hit that low HP threshold. It's actually kind of rare you ever see that interaction. So the BCs, they all got evenly distributed on the damage. Pretty sure high impact payload mode is better though. DominionDog is still pumping out lots of units. It's got a good economy going. It's going to be getting the space up in the top right. It's securing this location. We'll see if it takes the bottom left location or if BenBot is going to be the bot that secures that, as there's now a command center floating over to that top right location. That's actually BenBot, pardon me, taking that spot, not DominionDog, although DominionDog is now sending an SCV to build a command center there, so it's going to beat BenBot to taking that location. The bottom left, however, is still up for grabs for either side. DominionDog is making more Vikings, more Thors. It's got out a decent chunk of Marines, I believe, still 25. Maybe that's the magic number for the spot. The Thor count is growing. They've got +3 attack. They are getting armor upgrades on the way as well. The Vikings will also help out against the battle cruisers massively. Now, in go all these Thors and Marines. I'm not sure where they're looking to attack. I did just hear the magic click, though, as battle cruisers teleport to the top right for BenBot. They're going to kill this location, and that's going to allow BenBot to take the base. Really cool move by the Red Terran. At the same time, though, in goes DominionDog, sort of just timing it well that all the battle cruisers are out of position. Now the tanks still pose a problem. The Vikings in the sky are taking a beating. In go all these Thors. We'll see if they're actually able to crack this planetary this time or not. If that tank gets taken out, that would be quite important. And it is going to start getting shot, so it will fall. We may actually see DominionDog kill a base. It took a while, but it's finally getting there. All the BCs of BenBot are heading back to the main as that location does get taken out. Yamato Cannon's going to hit one of the Thors. However, they can at least survive one shot. Now, Vikings in the sky, Thors on the ground, doing as much work as they can. BenBot saying tag SCV CC killed, so I guess it's got a CC building somewhere that it may resume. Yeah, I guess that it might have been trying to rebuild this one. Anyway, DominionDog does have a successful attack. It is catching some transferring workers of BenBot. BenBot's standing army is still very superior to that of its opponent. Thors are trying to move up this ramp, and this is where we're going to see BenBot get some really good value. Siege tank shelling on Thors with +3 attack. They do 85 damage a shot to a Thor. That is just so much damage. Resources lost has got to be really in favor for BenBot, and it is 19k lost, 31k. As DominionDog keeps throwing away resources. We've got turret shooting a command center that flies towards the bottom left. That's going to get chased away. Building armor actually keeping that alive, most likely. We did see BenBot secure the location to the top right, though, and looks like DominionDog actually lost a base, too, so this game is getting a little bit scrappy. A battlecruiser flies on over some of the army of DominionDog. One of them goes down. So I believe that may have been the first BC that died. Indeed, that was the case. I think they were still on cooldown teleport, so couldn't really get on out of there as this game's getting a little bit scrappy. DominionDog does at least have the mules, so it's mining probably more than BenBot. And that's why it's able to just keep taking these bad trades, yet sustain an army thanks to those mules. BenBot, however, takes the slower, more methodical approach. We are seeing DominionDog move on in towards the top right now. We'll see if this is enough Thors or Marines to kill off that planetary up there. The Marines targeted down the SCVs last time. We'll see if they're going to do this time. Unfortunately, the Thor Corporal is deciding to lead the charge and just gets taken out. Now, looks like DominionDog does change its attack path, though, moving towards this location here, getting some straggler units. Command center's now floating down here for BenBot. Taking this location of DominionDog would be really nice. The Blue Terran has lost quite a few SCVs. There's now battle cruisers flying all over the place. Looks like another one did go down. Thors, though, cannot fight BCs, and they can't fight BCs and a planetary fortress. They are not Goliaths. And so, once again, DominionDog taking a bad trade against the battle cruisers. A couple Banshees are harassing in the top right. This is quite nice for DominionDog, but some Vikings are coming in to shut that down, so it won't be some endless harassment. Getting value. Vikings do chase down a battle cruiser, but they let it get away. DominionDog doesn't necessarily have a killing instinct for catching individual units. It's more got one that's just to try and kill its opponent in general, whatever location it decides to move its force to. Looks like these Thors are wandering towards that top right location. Once again, it is a little vulnerable. Vikings are going down en masse for BenBot, so while the BCs aren't really dying and they're getting great efficiency, 43 Vikings have gone down. And so it goes to show that sometimes these bot games are not that simple. We do see a big teleport once more, actually on top of these turrets, on top of the Marines, the Thors, and the Vikings. DominionDog instantly splits its army. These BCs, though, they're committed. There is no teleporting out for them. The two turrets did fall. Thors, Vikings, and Marines are trying to handle these battle cruisers. That was still a really nice attack for BenBot, though, cleaning out a base, taking out a big chunk of its opponent's army. These BCs, they get injured and they run around, and there's not really the target firing for DominionDog to handle this. The +3 battle cruisers are so difficult to kill. And yeah, DominionDog is really having to replace a lot of units that just died, making more Marines, making more SCVs. The Vikings just did not finish off a lot of these BCs. So many injured battle cruisers got on out of there, giving DominionDog poor efficiency. BenBot, it's got this location, it's got the top right. DominionDog's down this base. Things are looking really good for the Red Terran. Okay, a location in the bottom left is being harassed by a couple of Marines for BenBot. That's quite nice. In go some of these Thors and Marines, though, gonna hit this location. The Marines are staying outside of the planetary fortress range unsuccessfully as the Thors just shoot away at this planetary fortress. Now, let's see. Vikings in the sky are fighting. The Thors aren't really helping. They're too busy targeting this planetary. Looks like they do get it, though, so that's a nice blow. BenBot isn't exactly flush with cash in this game. It's less than max out and doesn't have a bank. So every move that DominionDog gets could potentially bring it back into this game if it keeps killing all these Vikings, killing the SCVs, transferring out here. That's some nice pickoffs. Resources lost-wise, it's still drastically in favor of the Red Terran, though. 35k to 50k. In goes DominionDog once more. Going to try and break another planetary fortress location. There's Banshees, there's Thors. The Banshees are actually going to elect to kill the turret. That is big, as now these SCVs are free picking by the Banshees. In come the battle cruisers, though, to save the day, and I think they will save the day. They don't save the planetary. They're going to get some nice pickoffs, though. DominionDog is losing a lot of units that I don't think it can afford to replace. Those BCs, they take some damage. They just select to teleport on out of there. BenBot, of course, does spend a lot of its money repairing these BCs. It's not free to repair units in Starcraft 2. Like a couple of Hellions running around are going to get cleaned on up. DominionDog, though, still not cleaning out this base. This location is just being a money dump as this orbital command has had to be repaired. And yeah, these 4 Marines are now eating through the bank of DominionDog by forcing a lot of repair, and there might not even be enough repair to stop this. Does DominionDog have behavior to pull more SCVs if a command center is burning down? And it looks like the answer is actually going to be no, so this command center starts burning. The one SCV repairing isn't enough. There's still a fight going on towards this location, but this is a massive economic blow. Cool to see that DominionDog has got behavior to at least repair the command center, but it is unfortunate that it didn't really have any checks or anything to see if the HP is still going down, pull another SCV, or better yet, deal with the thing that's harassing the base. Of course, this is all so difficult to program. It is not easy to program a bot like this, ladies and gentlemen. Anything that looks like it's just a simple oversight, it is like, to program a bot with such complexity and then try to make changes, like, it's got to have such compounding effects. We're seeing DominionDog lose lots of SCVs as they go over to this base, though. That's quite painful. Thors, Vikings, and Banshees are trying to crack this planetary location towards the top right. It's like the Banshees get enough courage to take on the turrets, although now the turrets are being repaired. But looks like this base does perish. The Viking count for DominionDog is quite high, 19 to 8 battle cruisers. So BenBot takes another blow. We'll see if DominionDog can reestablish a command center in this location. I'm not sure it ever will, though, as it's just constantly making units and not really saving up the money that it needs. We're seeing BenBot with a cool attack, lots of tanks. Kill that planet, kill that command center. The production of DominionDog is now under fire. And there's a big teleport actually on the production of DominionDog. BenBot drops some Yamato cannons, deletes the Thor, deletes the turrets. And this one Thor is like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do here? Kills a Marine because it can. Then, yeah, DominionDog is really running out of steam in this game. It does manage to clear out another base of BenBot. So, like, these Thors and Vikings are actually doing a lot of work, as even this location has yet to be established. I'm not sure why that is. That's 2 command centers floating here. For some reason, they won't land. Is that because there's a turret in the way? I think that those 2 turrets may be too close together. Maybe they can land now. Yeah, one actually can land since that turret got killed. So a bit of a bug in BenBot. DominionDog is moving forward with all its Vikings. Any unit that it loses, it can't really replace, seeing as how it's down to 9 SCVs and practically no income. So this is it for DominionDog. BenBot doesn't have as much of an economy as it did, but it's still got a vastly superior one. Army supply, DominionDog is down. Vikings are doing what they can against the BCs, but the BCs still really aren't dying. The Thors have kind of been dead weight when it comes to fighting the battle cruisers. They've still done well on the ground, but the lack of high-impact payload mode, I sound like a broken record at this point, but that's just, it's kind of hard to ignore. We have got, yeah, DominionDog on 0 economy, essentially. Long distance mining at one location. BenBot killed off all the other bases. This is the last of the army for the Blue Terran. Vikings are shooting away on these BCs as they come on in and trickle in one at a time. They're not even getting their Yamato cannon off before they retreat. So, like, DominionDog's making miracles happen with this small little army that it has left, but it's trying to make 1 Marine, that's it. It's not really prioritizing its economy. It's just saying, nope, just keep long distance mining. I need units. I'm gonna make units. Not really realizing that it just needs another base. I mean, it's closer than it should be, I think. However, that's just the nature of the army control of BenBot. As the BCs, they just retreat instead of getting too much damage. But every unit that dies here, it's just something that DominionDog cannot replace. There's even these tanks still here, and they could be all that BenBot needs. The hero defensive high ground tanks doing work as they're now going to shell away on these last few Thors. The Thors are really taking it as far as they can, but in the end, it does look like BenBot will be the victor in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watched all the way to the end, make sure to go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already. Join the Discord, which is linked down below, and leave a comment saying more bots. I've cast one match which DominionDog's push worked, one where BenBot's push didn't, where DominionDog's push didn't work, and yeah, if you want to see another one of these games, I'll probably wait a while to see if there is an update to give DominionDog high impact payload mode against battle cruisers, or maybe that's just a choice why the bot authors didn't do that. But anyway, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. I hope you enjoyed this one. We just gotta wait for DominionDog to get killed. It's 26 supply and no bases to at least a couple bases for BenBot. Really just one, actually. So BenBot's incredibly broke itself, as it has yet to get a command center there, although it is building another at least, so... BenBot's still in this one. It's maxed out. It's ready to go. Attack with tanks. And there's the big teleport. The grand finale. The BCs are in the main base, killing off all the production. DominionDog has nothing. And yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. I will see you next time.